What's going on, everyone? So yesterday we got reports that Joshua Okogie would potentially be bought out if unable to find a trade. That they were shopping kind of the next day and a half to see if they could find somebody that maybe take him on, get something, anything from him. Talked about maybe the Lakers kind of using him as a consolidation trade, but it appears that Charlotte was unable to find a type of deal, and so he is expected and is going to be bought out before the end of the day. Depending on when you're watching this video, it might have already officially happened. It is going to happen. It just hasn't been official yet. They still have a little time, but he is expected to be bought out, and now he becomes one of the best perimeter guys, if not arguably the best perimeter guy available on the market in free agency. Probably not making more than a vet minimum guy. I mean, he's coming off of a call it $8 million, will be nice and round up. It was like $7.7 million dollar contract. He's not going to go from that to like a $15 million, right? So probably getting him for a vet minimum, maybe a 2-year deal with like a player option or something like that. And he would be ideal for the Lakers. Lakers could easily just waive Shake Milton and bring in a Joshua Okogie, have him come in. You could argue to kind of save Shake Milton, like maybe you waive like a Jordan Goodwin. I don't want to lose Jordan Goodwin, but if you bring in a Joshua Okogie, he's basically the same. He's a bigger Jordan Goodwin. He's going to do all the same things. He's going to help you rebound. He's going to be that point of attack defensive guy. He's going to do the hustle plays, do the dirty work. You know, he's 6'4", 6'5", but he has that like 6'10", 6'11" wingspan. So he's got the size and the length to slot in at the 3, you know, kind of that 2-3 type guy, but can defend 1 through 3, which is something that the Lakers really need, right? He's a guy that you could slot in a backup role off the bench at the 2 or the 3 alongside with Gabe Vincent. I mean, obviously we'll see what kind of trades, kind of moves the Lakers make, but to me, I'd rather wait on Shake Milton. Not that they shouldn't waive him or anything like that, but Shake Milton, his contract is not fully guaranteed until the 20th. So they still have, you know, a little less than a week to kind of navigate through stuff and kind of maybe make some other moves. We'll see what happens with Al Horford. We'll see what happens with Bradley Beal. There's talks about several other guys, you know, a Nikola Vucevic who could end up getting bought out, right? So yeah, you could waive Shake Milton and kind of like, you know, prevent the inevitable, but also if the Lakers do a consolidation trade, they might just ship him out to kind of do the same thing, right? Especially if they look to go get a guy, because his salary is higher than Jordan Goodwin's, right? So if I was to bring in Joshua Okogie, and this is just me personally, I would waive Jordan Goodwin because he's partially guaranteed. You free up enough money to now sign Joshua Okogie to fill in that spot on a vet minimum contract. Again, it gives you a bigger Jordan Goodwin, right? You could argue it doesn't hurt to have multiple Jordan Goodwins, but the Lakers have so many other needs that need to be addressed. And then now you have Shake Milton that come the 20th, you can still waive and buy out, and then now you free up that raw spot and the salary space. Or, again, you could kind of use him in a trade to maybe go get, right, let's say you don't want to trade Rui. Let's say you're trading Gabe Vincent or Maxi Kleber with Dalton Connect, right? Yeah, that gets you to like 14, 15 million. Well, now if you add in a Shake Milton, right, and you're still clearing off a roster spot, you're still clearing off things, maybe you can go get that kind of, you know, whatever, $15 million guy because you're trying to save salary. Where on a Gabe Vincent and a Dalton Connect, you're not going to go get a $50 million guy because then you don't wash anything out to go sign a Bradley Beal or something. But you would go and get like a $10 million guy and then clear $5 million off your books. Well, if you added a Shake Milton, then again, now that just kind of gets you that next up player, right? So a Matisse Thybulle, right? Now, if you were to just do like a Dalton Connect and a Maxi Kleber, right? Well, then you can't. You still need to figure out the salary part of it if you wanted to sign like a Bradley Beal or something. But if you were to do a Maxi Kleber, Shake Milton, and a Dalton Connect to go get like a Matisse Thybulle, now you can bring in Thybulle, clear the 2 roster spots, and on top of that, add the salary. So you just kind of get more bang for your buck. So I would personally wait on a Shake Milton and go with the Jordan Goodwin route because, again, I just think Joshua Okogie gives you everything Jordan Goodwin does and then some, right? Now, obviously with Joshua Okogie, the big concern is the 3 part. Excellent defender, you know, especially on a vet minimum. I mean, he would be arguably our best perimeter defender, not named Jared Vanderbilt, immediately. So to me, I think he's worth going and bringing in on a vet minimum. I think he slots in. He's 26 years old. He'll be 27 in September, but he's still young enough to kind of be a foundation piece if it works and he plays well for you over the next few seasons, right? So he's a guy that could not just be a short-term answer, but also be a long-term answer. Probably never going to be a guy making 15 to 20 million a year, right? So even like you sign him to a 1+1, right? And then the following year or whatever, maybe he opts in, and then in that 2027 season, maybe then, you go get your star, go do whatever, and then sign him to a more, longer term deal, whatever, 4 years, 32 million, right? Something along those lines to lock him in. Now, again, the 3-point shooting is a bit of a concern. However, last season, Charlotte, he shot okay from 3-point range. He was 32%. Not great, it's not atrocious, but it's not good. However, he did shoot 38.1% on 2 attempts with the Phoenix Suns, right? So if you could get that version of Joshua Okogie, where, on 3 attempts a game, he's shooting roughly, 38%, even like 37%, that would be fine, right? So if he could get to that, that would be great. So he's had a couple, so in total last year, he shot 35% from 3-point range. But it's because he shot with Charlotte 32% from 3-point range. So his 3-point shooting, was the difference. But in Phoenix, on 1.7 attempts, he shot 38.1% from 3-point range. Now, you look at other years, right? He did that first stint with Phoenix. He did shoot 34% on 3 attempts. Again, that's not great. Like I'd prefer him to kind of be, if possible, in that 36. Don't know why I keep saying 26. 36 to like 38 range, somewhere in that ballpark. In a perfect world, if you could get to 40, but you also got to keep in mind, he's going to be slaughtered alongside Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves, who he's going to get just such wide open looks. And teams are also probably going to try to purposely leave him open. So if he can knock down the 3 ball with consistency and really punish opposing teams, that could be huge for the Lakers, right? You also got a guy in JJ Redick, right? Like JJ Redick as a head coach, like, dude, the guy is one of the greatest shooters in NBA history. Like, if I'm JJ and I get Joshua Okogie for free, I should be doing the same thing with Jared Vanderbilt, but I am sitting in the gym with those two, and I am like, hey, you guys we're going to shoot 1,000 threes a day, right? Like, and I am just working on a shooting mechanic. I hope JJ is doing something like that. But seriously, like, Jared Vanderbilt and Joshua Okogie on this roster, and if those two can just shoot like 36% from 3-point range, again, nothing crazy, but to have Joshua Okogie and Jared Vanderbilt as your defensive pieces, and again, if they can shoot just league average, right, for 3, then, that would just raise this Lakers ceiling so much. You know what Jared Vanderbilt can do healthy and good to go, right? The defensive versatility on him, the defensive versatility on Joshua Okogie. You have 2 guys out there that could defend 1 through 3, and even on some occasions 4s, right? So that defensive versatility and that switchability to be able to mask Luka at times. I still believe that they start Austin Reeves and stuff, but you can have units out there where you go like, a Luka Doncic, Joshua Okogie, right, with a Jared Vanderbilt, a DeAndre Ayton, and then maybe like a LeBron James or something like that, right? So you have kind of like that defensive front out there that can defend, and if DeAndre Ayton really does buy into the defensive side of things like we need to, then that would be great. Again, Joshua Okogie is arguably the best defensive player. In my opinion, he is, just because of his versatility, right? You think of guys like Gary Payton, DeAnthony Melton, guys like that, they're good defensive players. But Joshua Okogie, some of his metrics are like elite when he's bought in, right? And he's a guy that you could put out there, team defense. He just, again, can he get back? Can he continue to shoot 38% from 3-point range? Was Charlotte just because it's Charlotte, right? And they don't have the shot creations, and they don't have the guys that are taken away. Like even on Phoenix, right? You got Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, and Devin Booker, right? They're the ones that defenses are paying attention to. So Okogie's getting just like better looks, right? Well, if he goes to a team like the Lakers where they're paying attention to Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, LeBron James, and you're talking Luka and LeBron being just such great shot creators that are going to get him wide open looks, like, can he kind of just be that? Because if he can, then he could be exactly what this Lakers team needs. And it gives the Lakers time to now go find that next move, right? Like, problem is right now, it's like, who is that guy for the Lakers? Right? Jared Vanderbilt, obviously, but, we need to see his 3-point shooting. Outside of that, it's like, who else is that? Right? Well, Joshua Okogie could come in and be that for them. Well, then now you have that answer solved. And then now you can kind of take your time and wait for that right kind of starting wing to become available that you can slot in, plug in, and boom, now you're in business. So I really like the idea of Joshua Okogie, but real quick to kind of run through the numbers, and then we'll get on out of here. So last year in total between Phoenix and Charlotte, 40 games played, 7 games started, just under 16 minutes per game, 5.3 field goal attempts, 44.3% overall from both sides. He was better in Phoenix. The Charlotte season really dropped him down pretty significantly. He was almost 50% from the field with Phoenix. And then, like I said, 38% from three-point range, where he was 38.8% from the field in Charlotte, 32% from three-point range. But 2-point range on 3 attempts, right? 51.7% from 2-point range. EFG of 51.9%, so basically 52%. Shot 74.1% from the foul line. Grabbed 3 rebounds, an assist, 1.5 steals, half a block, and 7.1 points per game. So again, if you can get Joshua Okogie, go get Joshua Okogie, especially for a vet minimum. Sign me up. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.